Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse here, aka BGFH, and just back for a quick channel update video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but there really hasn't been a heck of a lot going on in the field of tech and gaming lately. It's been kind of a slow couple of months, but that's okay because it gives me the time to catch up on some backlog and stuff like that. So just a quick channel note, if you just joined or just subscribed or found the channel, I do release videos every Wednesday, and Saturdays are the normal videos. Cover everything from basically assistive technology, low vision, blind accessibility, low vision accessibility, game, VR accessibility, just a lot of spotlights and stuff like that. And then Mondays is kind of a mixer archive. I stream on weekends, usually some kind of game, usually one or two streams, and then upload those. If they archive, just upload those on Monday. So Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays is when we generally upload video or unlock videos on the channel. So if you are new, everything is divided into playlists. You can find things for VR accessibility or game spotlight videos, PC, iOS accessible games. It's all just kind of a lot of different videos out there, so you should find something that you like. And we just hit a channel milestone. We just actually broke 2,000 subscribers, though. So thank you again to everybody who has watched the videos and followed and subscribed to the channel. Definitely appreciate it. I actually hadn't looked at that in a while, and I thought, oh, I knew we were getting fairly close, but I didn't realize it until just before recording this. And yeah, we just broke 2,000 subs. So again, thank you very much. It's definitely appreciated, and hopefully able to help some people out with games, VR, and other types of accessibility stuff. Like I said, I do often stream on weekends, usually Saturdays, sometimes on Sundays. But typically Saturdays are usually the day. But it could be anywhere between Friday and Sunday. Keep an eye out on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, and I will announce it there. But you can also follow me on Mixer, mixer.com/BGFH, and it'll let you know when I do go live. And so, yeah, usually on weekends we will stream some games. And for people wondering, like I said, lately we've got the other microphone set up, so we have myself and Riley. Sometimes I will stream, sometimes she will stream, and we'll kind of take it vice versa. And the other person will be the chat moderator, and on the other mic, kind of just doing the color commentary thing. And for those of you wondering, there's a regular viewer of the streams that, and usually they're in the chat. We mentioned Steve a lot, and so he is one of Riley's friends that she knew before she came up here, and so he's been a big supporter of the channel and the channel and the streams and what I do, what Riley does, and so just a shout out to him. And that's, like I said, it's always kind of a thing where giving each other crap because he always puts these crazy comments in and stuff, so you got to fight back a little bit. So, like I said, in the streams, that's basically who we are usually addressing because he's a regular member of the chat and the viewers. So we have some fun with that. I am on the A4G podcast also, which we also have not really been doing that much lately because, again, there hasn't been a heck of a lot to talk about, not really a whole lot of game releases. But, we will, as things happen, as games start coming out or as there are more things to talk about, we will probably pick up that in the fairly near future as well, and looking at doing probably a podcast for kind of the 1 year anniversary of starting of Riley getting into the gaming accessibility advocacy, and the podcast isn't quite a year old yet, but that's kind of when the whole thing kind of kicked off. So that will be coming out here probably within the next week or so, probably on Friday. So look forward to that. But yeah, those are really all the channel updates that I can really think of. Like I said, there's been a lot of videos. We got some games, got some VR, got some iOS stuff, got some accessibility. Just definitely check out a lot of the recent videos, a lot of cool stuff there, and a lot of cool things coming in the future as well. As far as other things going on, I do want to touch on a little project that I was able to do in late January. I was invited out to do a Microsoft design sprint working with one of the Xbox developers, one of their Team Xbox developers. They invited me basically out for a one-day design sprint. Got to work with the developers and talk with them about overall game accessibility and helping out with their specific game and future games that they were designing. And it was really fun. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Got to, answer a lot of questions, and just it was a really cool experience. I can't really go into much more detail than that, other than to say that I really went out there, got to work with the developer, and it was really fun. The specifics, I'm under NDA, so I can't really go into much more detail, but it was really my first major kind of a game consulting gig, and like I said, I enjoyed it a lot. Definitely be open to doing more in the future, so I will keep an eye out for future announcements for Microsoft design sprint opportunities. And if you are a game or app or VR developer, have questions on accessibility, low vision, blind accessibility, definitely get in contact with me. I would love to help out any way that I can, be it just answering questions or more of a consulting gig, whatever you guys need, I would definitely be interested in trying to help out. So that was a cool experience. Got a couple games coming out in the fairly near future. We got Doom Eternal, which I've been looking forward to. We'll be definitely checking that out on the channel and probably a stream or two in the fairly near future. And along with that, their official port of Doom 64 to the PC and consoles, so I'll be checking their port out. I've already taken a look at Doom 64 EX and possibly Brutal Doom 64. I don't remember if I did a video for that or not. If I didn't, I will definitely be doing one of those probably in the fairly near future-ish as well, because it's a game that a lot of Doom fans just probably overlook, because originally this was an N64 game and it just wasn't available anywhere else until they started doing some of these source ports a few years ago. So definitely looking forward to seeing what that's going to be like. We have other games that are going to be coming out. The Last of Us 2 and Cyberpunk, assuming I'm able to play it. I don't know. Half-Life Alyx, I don't know if I'm technically going to be able to play it hardware-wise. My graphics card is kind of right on the borderline of being, I don't know if it'll play it. I don't know if it'll make my system like burst into flame or melt. I don't know, because I'm right on the border of technically where I'd be able to play it. And I do have some potential accessibility concerns as well. So I'm probably not going to get that on day one. We're going to give that a little time to simmer and see what the performance is like, see if I can get any ideas on things based on experience, watching a couple other videos about it or reviews just to see if it looks like something that I might be able to try. I'm definitely curious, especially having just tried out the fully released kind of unofficial remaster or remake of Half-Life, the original Half-Life, Black Mesa. I did a look on the channel for one of the early access builds, and I might return to that and do like another final, like, hey, this is the final version look at the game, or I might just do it on a mixer stream in the fairly near future instead. So it's funny, there's actually Half-Life things happening, so hopefully with this, the interest in that, hopefully if Alyx takes off, maybe Valve will consider returning and doing an actual real Half-Life game. I don't know, we'll see. But as far as future stuff goes, like I said, I'm going to still be doing a lot of the same types of videos, accessibility and games and apps and all that kind of stuff. But as far as events go, everything is kind of being pushed back or put on hold because of the wonderful virus that is seeming to be going around everywhere. As of last Friday, I was informed that, everyone needs to start working from home as of Monday, so I've been doing that, and it's basically until further notice. So I'm thinking at minimum the end of the month, but probably a fair bit longer. I don't know. So yeah, just like everybody else, it's kind of a quarantine or like a self-isolation as they call it now. But basically, stay at home, stop the spread of it. Restaurants are shutting down, sporting events, concerts. I mean, literally, you name it, it's probably being postponed or shut down. Big conferences, you got the Game Developer Conference. E3 is being canceled this year. So that will likely impact what you see on the channel around that time, because the last few years, I've been covering that, all the press conferences. And I had a lot of fun last year covering, basically streaming the press conferences and kind of, commentating over them for you guys. And I was hoping that we'd be able to do that again this year. And I don't know if that's going to happen because, like I said, with E3 being canceled, I don't know what's really going to happen with that. Nintendo for the past few years has been doing Nintendo Directs, where they just basically release a video and their announcements and boom, you got it. And so it sounds like there may be some more of that. So Microsoft may be doing something similar. I don't know if Sony or Bethesda or EA, Ubisoft, I don't know if those companies will also do some sort of a digital event and stream it, or just put up a video on YouTube or Twitch or Mixer, whatever. We'll just have to wait and see. WWDC. I don't know if that's being fully canceled. I know there's been talk about it maybe just, again, being more of a digital event as well. So maybe they'll have some sort of a keynote or announcement video, or maybe not. Who knows? But those are the types of things that I cover around that time. So I may or may not be able to cover them depending on if they happen or when they happen. Maybe some of these other companies will actually do some information releases before then. Microsoft has been releasing information on their Xbox Series X over the last week or so. Sony is supposed to be giving some more tech specs for their PS5 tomorrow. So who knows, but I'm sure there'll be some sort of game showcase either before or around E3. I would have to guess, with both of those systems launching later this year. And again, maybe those will be postponed due to manufacturing. We don't know. Maybe those could be postponed, and honestly, it really wouldn't hurt my feelings. I mean, yeah, new console launches are exciting, but like I said, there's so many games out there right now already that it wouldn't hurt my feelings if we didn't have to worry about a new console until next year sometime. Personally, it really wouldn't bother me that much. So yeah, all that kind of stuff is up in the air. So like I said, the virus is just basically affecting everybody. Just hoping everybody stays healthy. You hear of celebrities catching it, and musicians and just regular people, and even people I follow on Twitter. Shout out to Sonic Clang. We just found out that apparently he has it, possibly. Possibly. Yeah, so that's sort of up in the air, but he's just a really cool dude that I follow. He does a lot of the Doom metal soundtrack that we've been listening to in Brutal Doom. Awesome stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's everybody. I've heard of other people that I know. They have friends or family who have either have it or possibly have it, but they haven't gotten tested yet. So it's just a mess. Stay at home when you can. Wash your hands. Stay at home whenever possible. it's really just to avoid the spread of everything, because we only have so many medical resources, and people who have respiratory issues due to that, we only have so much medical equipment to support so many people. So that's kind of one of the reasons that everyone's doing this. Everything is shutting down and being quarantined and all that kind of stuff. So, just and if you are at home, or whether you are or aren't, you got to go shopping. This isn't quite the end of times. It's not the absolute apocalypse. We don't have to stockpile 6 months worth of toilet paper, ramen noodles, or whatever it is that you want to stock up on. Maybe you have to get a little bit more because more family members are home now for more often. So I get that. But, basically hoarding like 6 months, a year of stuff it's not helping anybody, because there are people either looking, there are people who need it. Especially the people who, have no choice. They can't get out and they have to be at home. And maybe, like I said, people, the elderly, or people with immune system disabilities, where the slightest thing, if something like that came to them, they would be a lot more susceptible to something serious happening. So we just want to make sure that the resources are available for the people who really, really need it. So I'm not going to go into a lot more detail, because that's what everybody's talking about now. But I just wanted to talk about it in a little bit of, like I said, just a few general things, tips and whatever, and how it's going to affect illegally cited. So there's really not a whole heck of a lot else to say. You can follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, mixer.com/BGFH, and illegally-cited.com. I will be posting when we do go live on streams. I will be posting when I find out more if and what is going on with E3 and events and things like that. Maybe there'll be some sort of a live Sony or Microsoft like huge game event where they showcase some of the games that are going to be coming to these next gen consoles. If I have the possibility to to stream some of that or do a video about those things, you never know. Everything is really up in the air. So anyway, that's where we are. It's been a weird 2020 so far, and it seems like it's only going to be weirder. But everybody, just hang in there and be safe. And there's a lot of videos to catch up on, so happy viewing, and thanks again for watching the videos. Talk to you guys in the next one.